Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel, and thank you so much everyone for listening in the podcast. It is Thursday, March 14, 2024. I'm here to tell you about a very tragic, sad news that happened over this past weekend. A 3-month-old baby boy was mauled to death by the family dog, and this happened in New Jersey. Okay, and when I hear stories like this, I can tell you something about me. I'm not too comfortable about around being around dogs, and when I was younger, even back then living in the Dominican Republic, um, I was okay being around dogs until something happened, which was I got bitten by a dog, and after that, I haven't been able to feel 100% comfortable. Even though like before that happened, I was fine playing with dogs and having dogs around the house, and then I got bitten by one, and that was like it's still I feel very uncomfortable. So when I hear about stories like this, let me tell you something. At the end of the days, at the end of the day, um, a dog is an animal that no matter how much you train that animal, it's still gonna. The nature of a dog is sometimes we think that they think the same. They're still animals no matter how much you train them and how much you think, oh no, they're good. Let me tell you, even like walking down the street, people will see me. If I see a dog coming by or something, they'll be like, oh, he's friendly, don't worry about it. I understand that, but I still don't, I'm not comfortable. And it's hard sometimes for people to understand where you're coming from, because a lot of the times when that happens, obviously they don't know who you are. But if let's just say if that was the opposite in my case, and I see um if I have a dog or something, and I see somebody who looks uncomfortable the minute I approach or something, and they even go out of their way to even voice it out and say, is that dog, on a leash, or I'm gonna wait for you to pass by so I don't get close to the dog, and you're gonna reply with, oh, don't worry about it, he's friendly, it's okay, he won't do anything, and they'll let them get close to me. That's very disrespectful. And I think there is something that needs to be said. You don't, if somebody tells you, if you're a dog owner and somebody tells you, I don't feel comfortable, there's no need for them to repeat that to you to convince you. You need to respect that. And because of something like this tragic story that I'm going to tell you about, it's very tragic. You have perhaps a family who trusted that their people and or their dog, because I know a lot of people are going to comment and say they didn't have a trained dog or something, or the mom was not paying enough attention. Whatever it is that it might come to your head the first time, no, like I said, no matter how much you train a dog, they're still animals, and things like this will happen. It's not the first time that we hear of a people of a different dog attacking a baby, attacking a person, killing somebody. No matter how much training they get, and people can, when somebody sees you uncomfortable around dogs, there is a bad saying about people who react to that, and they say, oh, if you're not comfortable around animals or even dogs, that means you're a bad person. What a crazy thing to say to somebody. What a crazy thing to say to somebody. People don't respect that. If somebody comes to my house and I have dogs around and they say, I don't feel comfortable with the dogs, like, you don't need to repeat it again. I invited you to my house. I'm gonna make you feel comfortable. I'm gonna respect that, and the dogs will be put in a separate place. But there are people who make fun of that, especially when they see that you're older. And they're like, well, my kids, they're always playing with the dogs. Yeah, so what? You know what I mean? Like, you need to respect where people are coming from. And in this case, when you have a 3-month-old baby boy who was mauled by the family dog, I mean, this child was born in December this year, 2023, excuse me, a 3-month-old baby, and the mom was heavily attacked by the dog also, of course, trying save her child from this dog that perhaps, I guarantee you, they thought that this dog was fully trained, that this dog has never had a bad behavior in the past. That's why this dog was allowed to be in the house. That's why this dog, after the baby was born, I'm sure they decided to just keep the dog in the house because he probably never demonstrated a bad behavior. But that's why, you have to always remember that at the end of the day, dogs are animal, no matter how much you train them. So you have to proceed with caution. Again, also, I'm not trying to speak about this case to blame anybody. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? That's why there's a bunch of videos out there about delivery people. I don't even know how they deal with that, with a job like that. People will see the dog running to the door when the delivery guy comes, and they're like, oh, he doesn't do anything. You have a huge dog running after you, and you're gonna be like, oh, he doesn't do anything. If you're expecting a package, like, have some common sense and respect to know that there are different likes in life. Some people are comfortable around animals, specifically dogs, and some other people they're not. And you have to respect that, and don't expect everybody to be like you. That's the other thing. Like, people always say, well, I don't have a problem with dogs. Well, that's good for you. Other people do, and you have to respect that, right? So it's crazy. I'm sure this family, like I said, I'm sure they have known this dog, and they probably never seen a bad behavior. And I know that when there is a newborn in the house and there is a dog already, there's some type of adjustment that needs to happen, because attention, right? Attention changes, and there's a type of adjustment that needs to happen, and more training perhaps. Like I said, I'm not familiar with with having dogs or anything like that, but imagine the experience, that the tragic event that happened in this family. Their 3-month-old baby boy was mauled by their dog. That is so tragic. It's tormenting, like, to even think about it. And then the mom got also heavily attacked by the same dog. And this happened, didn't happen like at 5 p.m. when people, like, the neighborhood was awake and things like that. It happened on a Saturday morning. I think it was 6 in the morning. This past Saturday at 6 in the morning. We gotta pray for this family. This is craziness. It's so sad. We gotta pray for for anybody who had dealt with this in the past. And if you have a dog, and because there is a sense of comfort in knowing, oh yeah, I had this dog for so many years, never had an issue. Like I said, you just never know. Be more aware, be more cautious, especially, I guess you can say, with young children. I know a lot of, not 3 months old obviously, but toddlers, they don't see, they see dogs like, some are very comfortable. I have seen toddlers who are so comfortable with dogs, almost like trying to, like, jump on them like they're horses and things like that. And I'm sure there's some training that goes with kids in the home with dogs and things like that. But it could be unpredictable, because this is not the first case. Like I said, this is not the first time we heard something like this happen. So at the end of on the description of this video, this podcast, I'm going to put the link. There is a GoFundMe fundraising that's happening right now for this family. Please pray for them, and if you can donate anything, I'm gonna leave the link. I think that GoFundMe was made by their family or a family friend. It's a very tragic event that happened in that household. It's very sad. So let me read to you briefly. I believe today, the March 14th, they had the service for the baby boy. Let me see here. the funeral for Damon Balbuena, that's the name of the baby that was killed. Damon Balbuena, who was born December 7, 2023, was scheduled for today, March 14 at 11 a.m. in New Jersey. It says here, a GoFundMe page created by Kayla Hill already surpassed $15,000, and it says here, we cannot imagine the pain that this family has had to endure the last couple days. She is friends with the family, obviously, and the parents' name are Kelly Balbuena and Henry Balbuena, and they're asking the community to come together to support them as they deal with this tragic loss, and all the donations will be given to the parents. Well, that's what the friends said. It says here, police responded to a call around 6:17 a.m. on March 9 at the Maryland Avenue residence, where officers found a non-responsive baby believed to have been attacked by the family dog, a pit bull. It says here, the mother and child were seriously injured by the dog, and the baby was pronounced dead at the scene. Oh, I just pray for them, Jesus, that you comfort them in this pain that they're going through. Because not only do they have to experience something like this, they have to see their baby boy like that. So it's just so sad. The mother and father were taken to the hospital for treatment and released later that day. It says here, the dog has been put down by the veterinarian as a result of the incident. So, yeah, it's very tragic, guys. Like I said, please keep the family in prayer, and if you can donate to their GoFundMe to help them with the funeral costs or anything like that, I'm sure they're gonna take time off from work, and like they probably will need a lot of therapy also. So just keep them in your prayers. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel and listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everyone. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. I'm here to invite you to my podcast, Julissadesigns, and it can be found on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can join me every day as I make episodes of the latest news, real life stories, and I also share my favorite Bible verse. Hope to see you then. God bless. Everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you want to know more about me, you can always visit www.julissadesigns.com. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.